Community Service Center, be blessed by the divine. The Temple of Consciousness at Aliar, be blessed by the divine. The Sky Yoga Centers world over, be blessed by the divine. Twofold culture. I, in my lifetime, will not cause any harm to anybody, either physically or mentally. I shall strive to remove the misery of others to the extent possible. I, in my lifetime, will not cause any harm to anybody, either physically or mentally. I shall strive to remove the misery of others to the extent possible. I, in my lifetime, will not cause any harm to anybody, either physically or mentally. I shall strive to remove the misery of others to the extent possible. Be blessed by the divine. Word prayer. May the leaders of every nation intuitively attain divine realization. The boundaries of all nations guarded by a force common to every country. May all men live without rancor or fear, working for a living. All wars disappear. May the people all over the world find lasting peace, which fills their mind. Be blessed by the divine. Invocation for rain. May the rains be copious and lakes, ponds, rivers, and wells brim and overflow for the welfare of all. May the rains be copious and lakes, ponds, rivers, and wells brim and overflow for the welfare of all. May the rains be copious and lakes, ponds, rivers, and wells brim and overflow for the welfare of all. Be blessed by the divine. May peace prevail within us. May peace prevail around us. May peace prevail all over the world. Be blessed by the divine. Peace, peace, peace. Rub the palms together, place them over the eyes, and then wipe the face gently with the palms. Place both arms over the head. Take a deep breath and release it. Bring hands down along the sides and open your eyes gently. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine.
Be blessed by the divine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor G.K. Bharati ma'am, for conducting divine state meditation. Dear Sky Meditators, once again I welcome all of you to this spiritual session in English organized by the World Community Service Center IT team. Our Guru Yogiraj Vedatri Maharishi developed the techniques of Sky Yoga for holistic health and offered it to humanity in the form of spiritual education. He advocated Karma Yoga style of living. We call it as holistic because it covers physical, mental, spiritual, and social health of every human being whoever practices our sky system. To explain this in detail, we have Professor M. Nakiran sir with us today. Professor M. Nakiran sir has pursued his Master of Engineering, MA in Yoga for Human Excellence, as well as Diploma in Siddha Medicines. Sir is serving as work education teacher in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangatan, Chennai for 35 years. He is rendering his divine service as a professor in our WCSE Sky system since 2004. To mention, Professor Nakiran sir has received the Best Teacher Award by the Ministry of HRD in the year 2005 for teaching yoga for Kendriya Vidyalaya students as well as the teachers. We have such an eminent personality with us tonight. I now request our Professor M. Nakiran sir to deliver his speech on the topic Holistic Health through Kundalini Yoga. Be blessed by the divine.
Thank you, sir. Be blessed by the divine. May the whole world enjoy peace, prosperity, wisdom, and happiness. Be blessed by the divine. By invoking the Sukma presence of Swami Vedatri Maharishi, let me discuss with you, as our professor said, Swamiji has given this yoga as holistic health through Kundalini Yoga. There was in 2004, there was a PDC, Personality Development Course in Temple of Consciousness, Alia. On the 6th day, it was a 6-day course where participants from all over the world, 94 participants were there. The course was in English. People from America, Germany, and then from Canada, they were there. More participants from foreign and from India, and all over India people were attending. On the final day, Swamiji was there to give certificate, and he was asked to speak for 15 minutes. So Swamiji said that, okay, you have gone for this personality development course, underwent this course for the 6th day. I will only ask 2 questions and finish my speech in 15 minutes as the time given to me, he said. So the first question that he asked the aspirants was very simple question. He said, how are you? When Swamiji, like personality, asked a question, what we would answer? We would generally say fine. That was the core sound from all the participants. They were overwhelmed by seeing Swamiji because having attended the 6-day course, Professor Balachandar was organizing it, moderating the course, senior professor, and Swamiji's the contribution for this Kundalini Yoga was well explained under his team, so that people were very much overwhelmed to see the Swamiji, and then they said in single voice, fine Swamiji. Then Swamiji asked them, really? He asked. When they said that we are fine, Swamiji asked, really? Yes, the same question if Swamiji asked now, we would say fine Swamiji, but the second thing what Swamiji asked is, really, definitely we will take back. The whole world is suffering with the setback of this pandemic, where physical suffering if the fever comes, but mental fear is totally disturbed the world, and people are not able to say that they are really well or fine. So Swamiji that day asked the question, and when he asked really, people were just keeping mum and staring at each other. Then Swamiji asked a second question. The second question is, where are you? Again, everybody got shocked. They are all sitting in front of Swamiji, and they were all sitting, and Swamiji asked the question, where are you? And he wants answer. So one of the aspirants said that I am in Temple of Consciousness. Then Swamiji put the next question. In Temple of Consciousness, where are you? In the Omkara Mandapam, he said. In the Omkara Mandapam, where are you? Oh, I am sitting on the chair. They said. Okay, on the chair, where are you? Then there was no answer. So now the same question. Now we are all attending the Zoom. You attended Zoom meditation. Now you are attending the Zoom topic on which we are discussing on Swamiji's contribution on the holistic health. So now you are attending the meeting. You may be sitting in a chair. You may be relaxing. But in the chair where you are, when this question comes, so now we wonder, what is this kind of question? And that too from Swamiji. Swamiji said, yes, you are sitting in the chair as you, as a feeling. That feeling is in your body. So you, or as I, as a feeling, you are residing in your body. Your body is the vehicle that carries you. So you have got your own body, you have got your own mind, you have got your own life force, you have got your own pen in your pocket, you are wearing your own shirt, you have your own hand. So you are the owner of all those things, but you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not your life force. You as a feeling, you are owning all these things. You are owner of your body. You are owner of your mind. You are owner of your life force. Then who are you? You as a feeling, it is the pure soul. You are the soul consciousness that I am so and so. You are given a name, you are identified with a name, and that is nothing but the soul consciousness. That is you. So Swamiji brought it by these two questions, that you are residing in your body, but you are not the body. Since body is the vehicle carries you, you should take care of your body. But health-wise, when the question comes, what is health-wise, are you okay? If you are bodily okay, or body-wise you are okay, you are not healthy, because World Health Organization says that you should maintain harmony between four health. The first one is the physical health. That's what Swamiji says. You are first identified with your body. If you say body means it needs 3 times minimum food, it needs the AC, it needs car for travel. So instead, I will be like a life force, reside in a corner of the house. If you say to your wife or send an SMS, they will bring one mantravadi to drive you away, because the soul, the spirit without the body is called the evil spirit. It will be never allowed, even with by your kith and kin. So you are identified only with your body. As long as you are in your body, you are facilitated. Otherwise, you are not considered to be present. And hence, you have to take care of the body by anyhow. Somehow you have to maintain it. That's what Swamiji says. So first you are identified with your body, and the World Health Organization says that the prime health is the physical health. The second one is the mental health. Because your body is okay now. Many are not affected by corona. But still, they are all affected by the fear. The fear is a concept in the mind. So it's a functioning of the mind, it's a part of the mind that feels the fear. So when you have a fear, when you have the worry, when you have the hateness, when you have the vengeance, when you are greedy, when you are angry, when you are having the miserliness, when you are having inferiority or superiority complex, or when you are having improper sexual vanity, and you are vengeance, enmity, jealousy, worry, fear, these 10 concepts, these are all the functioning of the mind. All are happening in the mind, which is in your head. Your head is keeping on thinking. That is why these 10 heads, thinking in the single head, it was considered to be Ravana in Ramayana on those days. All 6 temperaments, the greed, anger, miserliness, improper sexual vanity, inferiority, superiority complex, vengeance, then the fear, the worry, the enmity or the hateness, and the jealousy. All the 10, your mind is thinking means you cannot say mentally you are peaceful, you are okay. These things, this kind of temperament, the 10, will disturb others. It will definitely disturb the harmony between you and others. And it will not keep your health okay. When you are mentally affected, that will reflect in the physical body also. And this 10-head Ravana is considered to be not a human being. It is called, that is why they call the Araka. Not a human being. Human being is a humble being. Humble man is human. That's what Swamiji said. The humbleness is lost by any one or more of these temperaments. So you cannot say that you are mentally okay with that. So your mental health is affected. World Health Organization says that you have to maintain harmony between 4 health. The one is physical health. The second one is mental health. The third one is social health. You are physically okay, mentally all right, but you are unable to maintain a good relationship with your family member, with your own wife, with your own children. Then with the office bearers, in the neighbors, in the society means your social health is affected. That will reflect into inferiority complex or superiority complex or ego, vengeance, enmity, hateness with the kith and kin and to the society. So your social health gets affected. Then the 4th health, of course, our professor on the introduction also said that Swamiji only has given elaborate detail on how to take care of this health. Whereas World Health Organization has given that you should maintain harmony between the 4 health. The 4th one is, they call it spiritual health. But not much explanation or clarity was given on spiritual health. And people know it, spiritual health. They think that it is something connected with the divine. But what is divine? How it is connected directly with me as a single being, as a living being? In what way I am connected with the spiritual health? How can I take care of it? No idea. Whatever the practices are being given and how to achieve the spiritual health was still in doubt. And Swamiji has elaborated it. Today's lecture, because we are all blessed to have that spiritual health and to maintain harmony between these 4 health through the Kundalini Yoga. Swamiji has beautifully organized this yogic practice where we are able to maintain the harmony between 4 health. That is why any aspirant, if you ask his experience after Brahmayana, they can definitely say, yes, before Brahmayana, after Brahmayana, there is a definite change. That is achievement of Swamiji. That is achievement that of holistic health through Kundalini Yoga. So unless you maintain harmony between the physical, mental, social and spiritual health, you cannot say that I am fine, Swamiji. I am really fine. You cannot say. I am fine somehow, but not really. So now the question is, we should say if someone asks, how are you? I am fine. You are fine in the sense you should be physically, mentally, socially, and spiritually you have to be fine. But the problem is that for the physical health, you can do exercise, you can go to gym, you can take medicines, you can take health drinks. So many things are there, attractive ways and other things. But still somebody is adamant that I will take only natural cure, I will go only for this. Thereby they lose their life. Swamiji says by any cost you have to take care of the life. You have to wear the mask, you have to maintain social distance. If anybody is affected, immediately you should take proper medicine, medical care. You should come under the care of the doctor. Because once the life force go away from the body cannot be saved. And you have to take care. You can prevent it by doing exercise, gaining immunity, taking health drinks, so many things. But never says that you should stick on to only one particular thing. By somehow you have to protect the body. So the physical health, it depends how you are taking care. Then the mental health, now there are so many psychiatrists available, counseling is there, and then many workshops being conducted, many books are written, and then in the medication, homeopathy is mainly taking care of the mental health. They approach the health through the mind only. Then comes to the social health. The social health people want to maintain it. One way they maintain, the other way it gets affected. When people apply for divorce, you cannot say that social health is okay. When more old age homes comes, means you cannot say that social health is okay. If your children are not talking to your father, mother, your own father, mother, they don't know who are their grandpa or grandma, then you cannot say your social health is okay. There are so many things that we may say that we may pretend that we are social, but in the office when we are not able to maintain, or you are so happy when your boss is on leave, or your boss is so happy when you apply leave, then you cannot say that your social health is okay. So that is a checkpoint. Then comes then the social health counselings are there, this and that. So many workshops are conducted, specifying people, books are written, discussions are there, and all those things are okay. Then how about the spiritual health? For the spiritual health, there is no clarity other than the people who formulated this, how to live in harmony with the spiritual health. As Swamiji, only Swamiji has given it through Karma Yoga. To take care of the spiritual health, he has formulated the system, he redefined Karma Yoga, and the Karma Yoga is given as a core as Vedatrian principle of community living. First, he has given a twofold principle. I, in my lifetime, will not cause any harm to anybody, either physically or mentally. I will try to help to the extent possible. It is twofold. Then he extended it to the three more principles. That is, you will live through your own earnings. You will not depend on others. You will use your physical power, mental power, your education, your hard work. By that you will survive with your own earnings. Then you will not kill any living being for your food. You will not steal other flesh. You will not disturb other living beings' freedom. You will not disturb other living beings. And you will not kill any other living being for your own eating, your own bringing up of your own flesh. So that sin you will not commit it. It is the fourth principle that Swamiji added. Then he said that you will not hurt anybody. You will not physically, mentally hurt anybody. You will not grab anybody's wealth. That was the fifth principle. You will respect the freedom for others. So fivefold principle he gave. Then when you want to live as a community, he has given the 14-fold principles for the world peace through individual peace. Yes, that was the Karma Yoga. But many people, not only Swamiji, many people spoke about Karma Yoga. We know about Karma Yoga, but they could not follow Karma Yoga because there is one thing missing, which is called constant awareness. The constant awareness can be achieved only through Kundalini Yoga. By rising the Kundalini power from the Mooladhara to the Agna Chakra, you cannot have that constant awareness. Unless the Kundalini Yoga practice is given, all these Karma Yoga well-defined principles are of no use. That is why many people attempted it, but they were dragged by this sensual pleasure, the situation, the habit, and the need brought them down one way or other. They were all caught with the 10 temperaments, as I said, and the human being became the Rakshasa being. And that is why the suffering. This, if they know there is one health called spiritual health, if you can take care of the spiritual health, your social health will be okay, your mental health will be all right, your physical health will not be affected, the recovery of the physical health will be good, not only for you, for your generation. And that is explained through holistic living through Kundalini Yoga by Swamiji. The holistic health is mainly dependent on the spiritual health. Body is the base for our living. So first we have to take care of the body, then the mind, then the life force. This is what the way we are talking about. But on the health point of view, if you take care of your spiritual health, then you can see that the other three healths are becoming all right. So Swamiji's contribution is only to take care of the spiritual health. Through the spiritual health, we can achieve other health. Though Swamiji has given to maintain the physical body, he has given beautifully the physical exercise. To maintain the mental health, he has given the meditation. To maintain the social health, Swamiji has beautifully formulated the introspection course. Then to maintain the life force, he has given Kayakalpa Yoga. Yes, all are okay. Then Swamiji insisted to take care of the spiritual health by one practice called clearance of purifying of the genetic center. Purification of the genetic center alone will take care of your spiritual health, physical health, social health. Nobody else, so far I know, has a constant and concrete practice on the purification of the genetic center. The concept of genetic center itself is new for many people. When Swamiji has explained the concept, they wondered, oh, there is a workstation in every living being at the center. Because any center, there will be a non-moving space. A constant space will be there. Even a bike is running in 200 kilometers per hour, but its axle is not rotating. Only the wheel is rotating. Any moving part, the center will be stable. And that is the space. That is the God. So the God is settled in center as gravity. It is there for any living being. It is there for any planet which is revolving. It may be Earth, it may be Moon, it may be Sun. So it controls the God or the divine force, the divine power, control each and everything and everywhere through its gravity. It controls all living beings through its genetic center. When you realize this, then your thought, word, and deed will be mainly based on the cause and effect system. When you don't realize it, you commit everything, whether you knowingly do it or unknowingly do it. It is being stored in your genetic center, and when the time comes, it explodes as a disease, as pandemic, or any problems in life. Problems in life. So the spiritual health is taken care by purification and the effort made to purify the genetic center. And that was not elaborated in any other course. We are lucky, we are blessed to have it. And Swamiji's concept on this is very, very important. Swamiji has written very clearly in a book, The Kind Voice of the Divine. In Tamil, it is Arut Perotralin Anbukural, where he has written on genetic center, the ways and methods to purify the genetic center, that is 10 points he has given, and how the genetic center is getting spoiled. There are 5 reasons by which the genetic center gets spoiled. So before that, in what way it is related with the spiritual power, I should explain. Then I should say that how it is getting spoiled. The impurity, it is becoming impure due to the 5 points that we have to change it and switch over to the 10 methods that I will come later. So Swamiji said that the spiritual power, spirit means, generally the liquor is also called the spirit because it will be there in the bottle. When you open the bottle, it will get evaporated. Afterwards, you can only feel the smell, but not the spirit you cannot see. Our life force is also called the spirit. Our life force is also called the spirit because we can feel that as long as a person is talking, moving, talking, jumping, or his life force is there. But if this gone out, you cannot trap the life force. You cannot get back into the body, but the person will be dead. From that, you can understand that life force has gone. Since it has the characteristics of the spirit, just getting evaporated and unseen, becoming unseen, the life force is otherwise called a spirit. When it is in the body, it is spirit, life force. When it goes away from the body, it is evil spirit. So the power drawn from the spirit is called the spiritual power. That's what Swamiji says. The power drawn from the spirit is called spiritual power. So far we thought that it is something divine power connected with the God. Yes, Swamiji says that yes, it is divine power connected with the God. The word divine is derived from the word dive plus in. Dive in. When you cross the 5 senses and dive inward, because the mind is always focused outward. When you focus it inward and when you cross all the 5 senses, then dive into your genetic center, you can unearth the spiritual power because the life energy is stored there. By raising the life energy in the form of Kundalini energy to the Agna Chakra, because the life energy stored in the sex gland is called the Mula Akara, basic foundation. From there, when it is raised to the Agna, it is Sahasradhara, which is called the Thurium center or the pineal gland. Sahasradhara is the base for the total space above the head. From the above the head, you can see that it's param. Param means it is spread everywhere, the God, up to the absolute space. The energy, all the cosmic energies have a base at your head. So whatever you think or reflect, it will get transmitted to the space when your life energy functions at your brain center. Till then, it is spent at the Mooladhara for your desires, all 5 sensual pleasures, where it is called peripheral consciousness. When it functions at the pineal gland and pituitary gland or Sahasradhara, it is subconscious. The mind function is subconscious. When it comes to Thuriam, Agna, it is subconscious. When it comes to Thuriam center, where it functions as a life force, it is called superconscious. When it is spent in the Turiyatit, it is called total consciousness. It merges with the total consciousness. It loses its identity. Ganga river, Godavari river, Kuvam river, all water qualities are different. But when it merges with the Bay of Bengal, if you assume, then you will see only the water of the ocean, but not the water of the river or its quality. So in the meditation of Turiyatit, where your mind, mental frequency comes down, as the mental frequency comes down, the mental wavelength extends, thereby you are able to reach the absolute space. You become one with the Almighty, the space, and there your power, or the power of the Spirit is the power of the divine. It is possible when you dive in. When you dive in, that is why Swamiji said that dive in, there you unearth the power, which is divine power, which is nothing but the spiritual power. So the health depends on the spiritual health, means it depends on how much your divine power or spiritual power is pure. So the divine power or spiritual power is the power based on connected with the soul consciousness. The soul is stored in the genetic center. It has the imprint of the ancestors, the imprints of your past actions till yesterday, and it is going to have the imprints of your future action from now onwards to tomorrow. So that is called karma, means action. The action of the past, sanjita karma, prarabdha karma. The action of the future is akamya karma. So these imprints are stored in the genetic center. If you purify the genetic center, it will exhibit the divine qualities, because Swamiji said that the ocean, it has the water. It gets evaporated due to the sun heat. When it becomes a cloud, it is pure. When it is pouring as a rain from the sky, it is pure. It's fallen on the black soil, it gets the sediment of the black soil. When it falls on the red soil, it gets the red color. Like that, the soul, through its generations, accumulated the imprint. So the thought, word, and deed which comes is based on the imprint. Accordingly, one person has his life force strength, his mind function, his body structure, the disease of the body, and the wealth and the welfare, the social contact, that all gets developed. It is having a portion of the reflection from the sexual genetic center. The genetic center has its influence in your social health. It has an influence into your mental health. It has an influence into your physical health. It has an influence in your prosperity that in the lifetime you are going to achieve. It has an influence in selecting a partner for you, as a boy getting a girl married or a girl getting a boy married. It attracts. The center attracts, which is genetic center, that attracts everything. So you have to be very cautious on the genetic center. If you have that, yes, certainly you will be able to enjoy your life. You will be able to bring comfort for your family. You will be able to bring comfort and peace for the office, peace for the society. Definitely your contribution to the nature and to the society will be fruitful. Then your holistic health will be all right. For which what you have to do is, you should bring down your mental frequency. Your thought, word, and deed from now onwards should be cautious. You should have a constant awareness. And at the same time, you should keep on meditating properly. That is what given in 10 principles, 10 steps through Karma Yoga to purify the genetic center. What are the 5 concepts or aspects would spoil the genetic center? Swamiji has given very simply. Those days our ancestors long back found it, but they were unable to define it as a genetic center. They said the actions are there by God, but where the God functions they were not knowing. But they said that God is everywhere, God is within us. But they said that it is sin and virtue. If you do these things, it will give you bad effect, that is called sin. If you do these things, it will give you good effect. You will enjoy pleasure, peace and ecstasy, that is called punya or virtue. So they have got it, the duty, discipline and charity. With the three principles, they led the life called virtuous way of living. Since God was not seen, God's power was not felt, people slowly not followed it. Slowly they got away from that. In the scientific world, Swamiji says that there are three things which are unseen. One is your life force cannot be seen. Second one is the God or the whole governing consciousness is not to be seen. The third one is connecting between the self and the God, that is the magnetism. When the self, it is, we are called biomagnetism. When it is the God, it is called universal magnetism. The contact, the link is the magnetism. So the magnetism is unseen, the God is unseen, and our own life force is unseen. That is why the scientific world, though we are in scientific world, though we are all educated, we suffer by our thought, word and deed, thereby creating undue imprint. We have definitely polluted our genetic center. To purify the genetic center, Swamiji says, is the first one is the meditation, the second one is the virtuous way of living. These are the two instruments by which you can move the lifeboat and safely you can reach the place that you want. You can achieve your height. The one is the meditation, because through meditation only you can realize your thought, word and deed, the results you can plan, and because by bringing the mental frequency only, you can see everything clear. The mind is the wave from the consciousness. The consciousness is the ocean. The ocean, when it is wavy, you cannot see what is underneath. When the waves are settled, the deep water, you can see what is lying down. So in the genetic center, the imprints are also. Unless you bring down your mental frequency, you cannot see what is there in the soul consciousness. So for that mental frequency to be brought down, Swamiji has given the technique, that is through Kundalini Yoga. When you come to Agna, it comes below 14. When you come to Turiya, it settles at 8. When you go to Turiya Dida, it goes from 1 to 3, where your mental wavelength, as the frequency comes down, the wavelength increases. Because the formula for light velocity, you know that? Velocity, lambda is equal to the velocity divided by the frequency. So mind velocity is very high. Whatever may be the velocity, when you bring down your mind frequency from 25 to 14, 14 to 8, 8 to 1, it is almost like 0. Mental frequency, mental velocity divided by 0 is the wavelength. It means it's infinity. So you can expand your mind up to infinity. At that moment, what you think is it reflects with the Almighty. So Swamiji says that where the fraction demands, the totality supplies, because you and the totality are merged one. And for which Swamiji says that now, so far it was not known. Now, by his revelation, the Almighty revealed the secret when Swamiji did the meditation, and the whole biomagnetic concept and the universal magnetic concept as unified force is very clear to Swamiji. Now Swamiji says that it is clear to us. Now what we have to do is, we should see this concept and the Kundalini Yoga, the whole world should realize. We should serve in such a way to the community, make them all realize it, let them also enjoy the benefit of purifying the genetic center. Thereby they can maintain the holistic health for self, family, society, and to the world. We can do it. for which we have to first practice it, enjoy it, accumulate all the wealth. Health is the wealth, and holistic health is the real wealth. And we have got the ways and means by the blessings of Swamiji. So Swamiji says that long back our ancestors realized. What long back, how they realized? Swami Vivekananda once said that was a shock for the foreigners. Swamiji once recalled in earlier session that I have given it a genetic center which was not known by many people, though realized it, long back they realized, Swamiji said. When they realized, when a person was dreaming, a relative came to your house as a guest, the night about 10 o'clock after the cricket match is over, you give him a tumbler of milk, he consumes it, you ask him to sleep in the bed, where AC is switched on. He said, you close the room, tomorrow morning for the bed coffee you can open it. In the night I would disturb myself. So that fellow was sleeping. Next day morning you opened the door with a bed coffee and asked, how was your sleep yesterday? Now he said, what? Where was the sleep? Where I was sleeping? No, running between Chennai and Sengalpattu on the road. One fellow was chasing me with a lorry. He was about to crash me with a wall, against the wall. Then I shouted, oh, and when I woke up, it was 3 o'clock in the night. Yeah, I was full night, there was a dream that disturbed me the whole night. I was running and running, he said. Where he was running? He only said yesterday night, lock the room, open tomorrow with the bed coffee. Yes, room was locked. This fellow was lying on the bed. But now he says his eyes were closed. He says that he was running. Body was not running. Life force was not running. Mind is dead while he was sleeping. Then which was running? Which is feeling that he was running yesterday night? In the dream, it was the consciousness. It was the consciousness that was running, which doesn't require body, which doesn't require any vehicle, no petrol, and no eye practically to see. The consciousness without eye is able to realize I was running in Chengalpattu area. That fellow was chasing with the lorry. Which eye? When the eye was totally closed, your physical eye was closed. Swamiji, when he explained it, everybody got shocked. Yes, the soul consciousness was running. There was no rest for it. Unless you give rest to that soul consciousness, there is no rest for the physical body, there is no rest for the mental body, astral body. So rest to the consciousness is the rest for yourself. The rest can be achieved only through meditation, where your mind has no function in the darkness. In the Turiyatit meditation, your mind has nothing to observe. Where your mind is not absorbing anything, the consciousness is at rest. That is why he says that meditation is the real rest for the consciousness, and for which you have to fix the mind in the absolute space where nothing can be traced, nothing can be understood. Automatically mind settles, then the consciousness settles. Now the whole world needs rest for consciousness. Unless you give rest for consciousness, you cannot settle your mind in peace. You cannot settle your body in peace. And so we need rest to the consciousness. That's what Swamiji says, that the real rest is the rest to consciousness, and the base of that is the Almighty is the space. So for the mind, remembering the space is the only rest. Arivirku oivari, அதுவே உன் ஓய்வாகும். அறிவிற்கு ஓய்வினால் ஆற்றல் பெருகிடும். அறிவின் அடித்தளம் இறை நிலை அருள் வெளி. அறிவுக்கு வெளி நினைவு ஒன்றுதான் முழு ஓய்வு. He says that complete rest is the only fixing the mind in the absolute space. And nobody has explained it. And Swamiji has given in the meditation form called the Turiyatit, thereby you can achieve the holistic health, because in the Suryatit meditation afterwards, what you think, that will reflect somewhere or other in the right time, the right place, the right quantity, right quality in our life, for which our action should be purified, our thought should be purified. For Swamiji says that if you keep on thinking desire, if you don't moderate your desire, the moralization of desire, if you are not having the practice, it will spoil the genetic center. It will pollute the genetic center. If you are having your thought, word and deed, if you differ by your thought, word and deed, you talk one thing, you think another thing, you do something else, definitely it will pollute your genetic center. If you don't adapt moderation in the 5 aspects, food, thought, sex, work, and rest, if you are not going to adapt the moderation in 5 aspects, it will pollute your genetic center. If you harm others physically or mentally, indirectly or directly, it will pollute your genetic center. Thereby, these 5 aspects definitely will pollute your genetic center, and there are 10 steps by which you can purify the genetic center. That is by doing your physical exercise, because to keep the body, the blood, the heat and air circulation, you can keep your body fit, for which you have to do the physical exercise. You should do your duty in 5 aspects, that is self, family, relatives, your country and the world. In one way or other, it should not get disturbed. Such a way, if you adapt the duty consciousness on these 5 parts, definitely it will help you to purify your genetic center. If you respect the 5 people, that is father, mother, guru, and the rule of the nation and the nature, the divine, if you respect and decide your action, it will purify your genetic center. And if you adapt moderation in the 5 aspects, it will purify your genetic center. If you respect the womanhood and do not trouble them, it will definitely bring good to your genetic center. Then you have to respect the public property. You should not disturb it. You should not disturb the nature. You should do the Agna meditation for the concentration of the mind. You should do the Turiyatit meditation for the purification of the genetic center and gain more power. These 2 meditations are must for you. That will take care of your genetic center. Then you must give at least 1% for your earning for as a charity. That will take care of your genetic center. These are all comes under the Karma Yoga practice. Then you should respect, because all living beings, where the God is the prime power or spiritual power, by which only every living being and every people work. So you should not find any difference in people. We should respect the people from beyond caste, creed, religion, and boundary. With that, if you respect and help others without having enmity, definitely that will be a good act or good Karma Yoga practice, which will take care of the genetic center, for which Swamiji has formulated the Kundalini Yoga. He raised the Kundalini from the Mooladhara to the Agna by the Kundalini Diksha. That Diksha alone is the help, great help the Guru offered to the aspirant. And Guru Dakshana is that how many people we give Agna Diksha, how many people we give Shanti Diksha, how many people we give Turiya Diksha. This alone will make you to merge again and again with the Guru, and thereby you are merging with the Almighty. That will alone bring all goodness to your life, because the soul, the eternal soul, is never dies. That is what our ancestors from the dream they found. When I was dreaming, my body was not there, my life force was not there, my mind was not there, but I was running. So within the body, when I am there, I am struggling means, if I leave the body when I am dead, what will happen to my soul? What would happen to my ancestor's soul? the father, mother, those who expired, grandfather, the soul, whatever the thoughts, word and deeds, that all what we disturbed them, that soul consciousness, that only reflects in the generation, that only disturbs, that only comes as a struggle to the living person. So the soul consciousness and soul settlement and is based on the genetic center purification. And when you do the meditation, 27 souls of the past generation get settled. That is what Vedanta says. That is why we should do meditation. They say. When you start meditation, the soul's consciousness, the soul imprints gets purified. It brings all prosperity to you through the social health, through the physical health, through the mental health. A holistic health is possible by achieving a spiritual health. Spiritual health is possible only by meditation and virtuous way of living or karma yoga practice as formulated by Swami Vedatri Maharishi. I hope we are all blessed by Swamiji's Kundalini Yoga. So we should thank our Swami Vedatri Maharishi, and as gratitude, we should vow that when the corona pandemic is over, we should go to all the villages and help our WCSC and our president in transforming this Kundalini Yoga to all the people. Thereby, the society will gain the pleasure, peace and ecstasy as we gained from Swamiji. And we should recall Swamiji's kindness, and by his mercy that we got this benefit, we should practice it. By all means, we should introspect ourselves, and we should keep our mental frequency below 14 so that we will have the constant awareness, and we will always believe that we are a Kundalini yogi. By every thought, word and deed should reflect only the Kundalini yoga. Thereby we reflect Swamiji. So people will view as Swamiji. They will worship you as Swamiji if we follow these principles. These principles alone can give you holistic health, which can be achieved through Kundalini Yoga. With that concept, thanking Swamiji, thanking you for all the patient listening, and tendering my apologies for the extra time that I have taken. Be blessed by the divine. I thank you one and all. Be blessed by the divine.
Be blessed by the divine. Thank you, Professor, for the excellent speech. Dear friends, thank you, sir. Dear friends, in general, when we talk about health, there is a tendency that we look only on the aspect of physical health. But our Guru has given the holistic health, which combines the physical, mental, spiritual, as well as the social health. As our professor pointed out during his speech, as our Guru also asked the same question, let us ask ourselves, are we fine in a holistic manner? The answer will be mostly no, because the holistic health is very, very important. Our professor has beautifully explained that our Guru has given techniques and philosophies for a holistic health. We are all doing the yogic techniques only to purify our genetic center, which alone will fulfill the purpose of this birth. So, dear sky meditators, let us all follow the practices given by our Guru and purify the genetic center. We once again thank you so much, sir, for giving excellent speech today. And dear sky meditators, now the forum is open for discussions. Please click the raise hand button in your Zoom app to ask your questions, if any. While you get ready with the questions, we have some important announcements to make. Please practice Kayakalpa Yoga regularly, especially during this COVID time, and improve your immunity system. If not yet learned Kayakalpa Yoga yet, please visit kayakalpayoga.edu.in website or download the Android application. Also recommend it to your friends and families. WCSC Vision for Wisdom is conducting online foundation courses and certificate courses in Tamil, English as well as in Kannada. Please visit kundaliniyoga.edu.in to know in detail. Please refer your friends and relatives to join the course, and let all get benefited by practicing the yogic techniques given by your Guru. Our monthly journal Unbully is also available in the Android application. Please download the Android app from the Android Play Store and get access to the premium content of our Swamiji speeches. Connect with us on Facebook and YouTube on the channel Sky Yoga TV to listen to all the past speeches of our professors on various aspects of Sky Yoga. Karma Yoga principles of Vedatrium suggest donating 1% of our income to the good causes of society. Be generous and donate to the World Community Service Center. There are multiple ways to do that, either through the Unbully app or through our official website, vedatri.edu.in. Just to mention, you would get Section 80G IT exemption for these donations. Now, let us move on to the discussion session. Rajaraman sir, please unmute yourself.
Yes, Rajaraman speaking.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Be blessed by divine bliss. My name is Rajaram from Chennai, Padandangal. Very beautiful explanation on holistic health through Kundalini Yoga. You linked in Maharishi's philosophy with that one. I enjoyed that one, sir. I got some doubts. Can you please explain? Yes. First, after meditation, by our auto-suggestion, by the grace of God, I will enjoy good health. I am not saying holistic health. Why? Second question is, three things are invisible in your speech. God, life force, and magnetism.
Yes.
I agree. But I suspect something. The byproduct of life force is sperm in male, ovum in female. Both are visible. How it tallies? Third question is, just I finish. Third one is, WHO specifies health on 4 aspects: physical health, mental health, and spiritual health, social health. Those Western people, or most of them, they follow blasphemy, not believing in divinity. They agree spiritual philosophy with Maharishi? Please explain, sir.
Yeah, your listening and then thinking is really good, sir. The first thing is that your question, you say that there are 3 things invisible. Devam, Uyir, Jivahandam. That's what Swamiji says in your poem. Yes. As you say that Devam is a God, and God is unseen. You can only feel its presence by the force, which is even the digestion takes place in your body. Or if you give any machine which cannot convert the blood, the food cannot be converted into blood, but it happens in your body by the force which is from the life force. But the sperm or the ova is not the life force. It is the physical structure. So the life force is an astral one.
Okay.
You cannot. So that is unseen only, sir. Then the biomagnetism is still unseen. It's a byproduct of the life force, which only connects the divine power with ourselves. Right, sir. Then as you say, the World Health Organization, that's what Swamiji says, that since it is connected as divine, means since divine is not, then people are really natural that they may not follow what they have not seen. But everybody knows that they have a life force. The power drawn from the spirit is only spiritual power. It is not that what you say as divine power. Yes, divine power is nothing but dive in. The meaning, if it is clear, then people will start doing meditation and try to explore that power. That's what Swamiji says that.
Okay, sir. About the first question?
First question, sir. You can just once again recall the first question, sir. That is...
After meditation, We are doing auto suggestion.
Holistic health. Yeah, good
Ah.
health.
Yes.
Swamiji says that there are 5 things on which if you get this as individually, then this brings the holistic health for you. That is good health, long life, enough wealth, peace, prosperity, wisdom, and happiness.
Yes.
These are all the things Swamiji says it will bring holistic health. Because simply when we say holistic health, it is we have to visualize that we are getting. What we visualize, that will be realized. So in order to realize it, the holistic health is split into this forms.
Okay, sir. Excellent explanation.
Yes.
Hats off to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Be blessed by the divine. Thank you, sir. Prem, sir, please unmute yourself.
Varga Varamudan. I'm joining for the first time. It was a wonderful speech and information. Thank you. Now,
Sir, can you please be louder?
Yes. Thank you for the wonderful session, sir. I have 2 questions. First one is a follow-up question. Can you again tell how this holistic health is split into 3? Can you give those 3 names again? And my second question is, you mentioned respect all people. That is one of the remedies to remove impurities from like the Mooladhara or
genetic center.
The genetic center. So my question here is, what if we are forced to listen to some misinformation about things we like? Because usually what happens when we respond, it then becomes an argument or a misunderstanding or something. But if we keep quiet and absorb the misinformation without responding, will that also how to handle that?
Yes. When the people spread this misinformation and all, Swamiji says that if you are a constant practitioner of Agana meditation or Turiya meditation, your mental frequency mental wavelength will extend to their genetic center up to that also. So with what intention they are talking, that will be first revealed to you. The moment they open their mouth itself, you will know on what intention they are talking. Depending upon the situation, either you will speak or you will ignore or you will keep silent. Sometimes it is your boss who is talking. You may not be able to point out what is that intention behind it. But it is your child talking, you have to explain to it. But it is your mother or kith or kin, you can talk, you can say, yes, this is good, it is wrong, and acceptable. Otherwise, you will keep silent. If it is a rowdy who is talking, you will try to escape only there. So, this meditation will give you awareness. Depending upon the situation, either to talk or to keep mum or to escape from the space. That we have to decide. That is why Swamiji says that be aware. That awareness comes through meditation. Clear, sir?
Yes, it is clear. So,
and then the first question, sir, what do you want? That is
yes,
something invisible you are taking.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the holistic health is split into 3, right? I mean, what are those 3 names?
Yes, the first you say physical health, mental health, social health. These 3 healths are automatically taken through spiritual health.
Okay.
Because the spiritual health is the one that decides all these 3, I say.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Senior Professor Satyamurthy, sir, please unmute yourself, sir.
வாழ்க வளமுடன் நக்கீரன்.
வாழ்க வளமுடன், sir. It is your blessings that you brought me to this and you have asked me to join this. Thank you, sir.
No, after a long time, I'm just hearing your voice. So that is why I just want to say hello. That's all. God bless you.
Yes, definitely, sir. This blessings alone, it's a blessings like Swamiji who is giving. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Continue to come to these English sharing 7:55, and then you
Yes,
can
sir.
share your knowledge and experience. Thank you,
Sure,
Nikhil.
sir. Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the
Be
opportunity,
blessed.
sir.
Yeah, be blessed by the
Thank you,
divine.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Be blessed by the divine. Radha Krishnan, sir, please unmute yourself.
Be blessed by the divine, sir. Nakiran, sir.
Sir, வாழ்க வளமுடன், sir.
வாழ்க வளமுடன். I enjoyed the speech fully, and
Yes, sir.
particularly
Thank you.
I enjoyed the real rest means rest to consciousness. I
Yes,
think it
yes,
is coming
yes, sir.
from Arularivi, I think. Yes, Arularivi.
It is coming, it is in the மாக்கோலமா விளைந்த மதி
Oh,
விருந்து, sir.
Makolam. Right, right. That
அறிவிற்கு
concept,
ஓய்வழி.
but the concept I enjoyed, sir, really. And
Really,
you have
sir,
given a
really.
very beautiful example for rest to consciousness. A person's dream from Chengalpattu, you know.
Yes. Yes, sir.
A very good example. Even a layman can easily understand the rest to consciousness. So I
Really,
wish
sir.
to
Because-
appreciate your service
Thank you,
to
sir.
WCSC should be continued by the divine power and our Guruji's blessings. As our Satyamurthy sir said, we have
Yes,
to come
sir.
to this English platform, and people like that of me, we have to
sir.
inspire and they have to motivate us for this platform. So thank you. Be
Thank
blessed
you,
by
sir.
the
Thank
divine.
you for, yes, sir. Thank you for hearing you, because it is through this platform. Really, sir.
Thank you.
வாழ்க வளமுடன், sir.
Thank you, sir. Be blessed by the divine. Nalini, madam, please unmute yourself.
ಬಾಳಿಕೆ ಸಮೃದ್ಧಿಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸರ್.
வாழ்க வளமுடன், madam. Be blessed by the divine.
So it is a very heart touching talk, sir. It was very heart touching, and it is very nice. I wanted to congratulate you and thank you for this talk.
Okay,
That's
thank
all.
you, madam. Thank you for your
ಬಾಳಿಕೆ
blessing.
ಸಮೃದ್ಧಿಯೊಂದಿಗೆ.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you very much, sir, for patiently answering all our questions and sharing your
Yes, sir.
divine thoughts today.
Your introduction was really good, sir, because it has made my talk to elaborate it, sir. Because first thing, that the way you narrated on the topic was really good, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And dear Sky meditators, it's time for us to express our gratitude. And before that, we have one last question from Bhuminathan, sir. Bhuminathan, sir, please unmute
sir.
yourself.
ஐயா நக்கீரன் ஐயா வாழ்க வளமுடன். This is Bhumina.
வாழ்க வளமுடன் ஐயா. ஐயா.
I hope you remember.
உங்க குரலை கேட்கறதுக்கு. Yes, நல்லா ஞாபகம் இருக்குங்கய்யா.
One week I attended Maunam, your class in Tamil in Haliar.
Yeah, certainly, yeah. I can remember you, yeah.
Today the presentation was excellent. It is superb. I just want to say hello to you and just congratulate you for the wonderful presentation. I'm very happy.
Thank you.
Proud of you. Simply, actually, you have presented it. It is superb. I can just explain the whole things that you have presented because no time. It was marvelous.
Yes, sir. No, yes, it is all Swamiji's blessings, and with your all blessings, yeah.
Second class, I think. This is the second class you have presented in English.
Maybe, yeah.
I wish you continue to give more and more programs like that and we inspire of you. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wishing you all the very best. And Mr. Ramesh also for the wonderful conduct of this program. I wish him all success of his endeavors in Vedatrium. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Be blessed by the divine. Dear Sky meditators, let us express our gratitude to our professor. Please come to Duriya state. Professor M. Nakiran, sir, be blessed by the divine. His good health, be blessed by the divine. His loving family, be blessed by the divine. His divine service, be blessed by the divine. Let us bless our Professor G.K. Bharati ma'am for conducting divine state meditation. Professor G.K. Bharati ma'am, be blessed by the divine. Her good health, be blessed by the divine. Her loving family, be blessed by the divine. Her divine service, be blessed by the divine. We are happy to bring the following online programs live from Alia Temple of Consciousness tomorrow. Morning 5:25 a.m. 9 Center Meditation in Tamil. 6 a.m. exercises in Tamil. 7 a.m. 9 Center Meditation in English by Professor Dr. G. Meenakshi Madam from Chennai. Tomorrow 11 a.m. speech in Tamil on the topic Amaidi Mananilayum Ananda Valkayum by Professor Dr. Balasubramaniam from Sri Lanka. Tomorrow evening 6 p.m. meditation in Tamil. 6:30 p.m. there is a re-telecast of morning's Tamil speech. 7:30 p.m. Duryatita meditation in Malayalam by Professor K. Ramachandran sir from Kozhikode. 7:55 p.m. there is a speech in Malayalam on the topic Why Men Suffer by Assistant Professor Sivakumari ma'am. Please share the program invite with your friends and relatives. Let everyone take part in the spiritual journey and get benefited. We thank our beloved President Arulnidhi Padmasri SKM Mailanandan sir for his support and guidance. See you all tomorrow again with another interesting session in Malayalam. Till then, be safe, practice our Kundalini Yoga. This is Ramesh from the Alia World Community Service Center IT team. Let us conclude the program with the invocation for the world peace. May the world be blessed with plenty of rain. The farmers work to produce an abundance of grain. Let the practitioners of all trades prosper, flourish and grow, and culture progress through the need to share and grow. Let the rules be beyond feelings of anger or fear, illiteracy, poverty, and all evils made to disappear. Let the true lamp of knowledge burn steady and bright. Our sense of duty guide us along paths always right. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Good night.